The community of Conche is located some 125 miles south of St. Anthony. Land and Sea went there last summer for a detailed look at their fishery and to examine the impact of the only United Maritime Fishermen's Co-op plant in Newfoundland. However, this success story will be for a later time. During our short stay there, we met two people who shared with us part of the music and cultural heritage that is so much a part of this community. And so we bring you a different type of Land and Sea. There's hardly a home in Conche that doesn't have at least one family member an active accordion or guitar player. It's a safe bet that just about every one of these houses gets its floors rattled and walls shaken every so often by a family get-together. Family names like Byrne, Casey, Flynn, Carney, Foley and O'Neill are testimony to Conche's strong Irish heritage. Martin Flynn is now 93 years of age, and for the past number of years has lived here with Pad Bromley and his family. Born in Conche, February the 4th, 1886, he has a memory that would intimidate people one-third his age. His recitations and songs number in the hundreds, and he still takes a great pride in reciting them while scarcely missing a word. As well as traditional recitations that clearly date back to Ireland and songs from the local area, Martin Flynn also composed a number of tunes himself. His grandson, Jerome Byrne, told us about one he'd written while stormbound in St. John's.
Did you think he'd tell us that one?
What do you want now?
He wants you to sing the one at the time you went into St. John's and to the barber shop.
I sing it, certainly. I composed that myself, you know.
Right.
There's not much in that, brother. Well, no. I was full enough of whiskey then, that day, that night, and today. I see a sign around Water Street. I don't know where there's any signs there now. He said, come in and get a shave. You'll never regret it. I was never into a barber shop before because I belong here. You see, Kunch, I was only up round the business trip to say. I went down and I had to shave, and I was there 6 days after, starbound. I said, I composed a little song now to sing for the boys at Christmas, and I goes home. And I called it the 5-cent shave. 20, say today's there to say, then 5 cents and a 25 cents, you see. Now I'm going to try and tell you of troubles of my life in the barber shop that isn't far away. Now my beard it be long, and I thought it wasn't wrong to have it trimmed a bit the other day. And being short of cash, sure it struck me like a flash that 5 cents was enough to pay in those hard times. So I went into a place, and I thought it no disgrace to practice strict economy and to save my dime. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, I went into a barber shop on Water Street. They said to give you a shave for 25 cents, but you had to show an economy, you know. Well, the first thing I know, a fellow went over, he took down a bottle from the shelf. What's that, says I? That's chloroform, says he. Look at here, buddy, I said, I never come here to get my teeth pulled. Oh, he said, if you can stand it, I can. So he slattered me, amused me, abused me. He almost drove me to my grave. He tickled me and he pickled me. He scratched me and he tore me, and rather have the measles than a 5-cent shave. Now I studied for a while, I tried in vain to while. He talked about the weather as he scratched away. Then he took me by the hair, he held me in the chair. I thought my days were numbered, and I began to pray. At length I gave a roar, said I want no more. He'd take my pocketbook, but spare my life. Take all that I possess, only finish my distress, for I can't stand the torture of that slaughterhouse tonight. Oh boys, you ought to see the way he went about it. The first thing I know, that fellow had his knee upon my chest there. He was sawing away like a fella going on a day's work. Then he called in to the fella to clean the spittoon. Here, Emily said, come in here and put some grease on this razor. But by the hokey, I'm stuck. Well, between the two of them, they finally got it off. Well, Butter, I said, if you call that a clean shave, I call that a bruised face. And a barefaced one or that. Because he lathered me, he slathered me, abused me. He almost drove me to my grave. Tickled me and he pickled me, oh, he scratched me and he tore me. I'd rather have the meat than a 5-cent shave. So I won't. You heard me a good bit first.
Yeah,
Yes, sir.
you got clear of it all right, though. And that's one he wrote himself, is it drum?
Oh, yes, he wrote that one himself, yeah.
That's a great one. Does he do that up to the times and
You
so
got
on?
that now over the phone? Yeah.
Yeah.
Huh? You got that now on television?
Yes, yeah.
That's not so your
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. Have you got another recitation for us?
To the man in Ireland, living in Ireland. His name was Squire Fowler in Belfast in Ireland. He was he was a wonderful man, he was a squire, you know. Now, his wife was dead. He had one daughter. Well, they said she was the prettiest girl in Ireland. And Ireland had that reputation, you know. They said the prettiest girl in the world is in Ireland. I don't know about that. That might be Lois. Yes, but it might be the truth. Anyhow, this Squire Fowler, he might know and look at his daughter. He was a millionaire, you know. Yeah. But she was talking to a young man by the name of Willie Riley. He was an Irish boy, but he was only a common boy, that's all. He didn't have no money. And she went to him. When her father here tell him, he almost got wild. Old Squire Fowler, he said, he put his foot down on him. You got to stop talking to him, that's all. Oh, it's his own, I was not. She went to Willie Riley and she planned to run away. You understand? In the night. And now, I got the recitation. His trial, no, his courtship, his trial in court, and his marriage to that girl. See? I'd say it for you, you can broadcast. I don't think I missed it. Word.
All right.
And, now, she went to him 11 o'clock in the night, understand?
Yeah.
And asked him. He told her, he said, look, your father of mine is a wealthy man. The first thing, he'll have an army come after us, he said, and bring her back. And she said, we'll get clear. All right. Now here it is now, boy. You ever hear it?
No.
No, I bet you did. You don't know what I know. Huh?
No.
She said, now boy, here it is. She said, rise up, Willie Riley, and come along with me. I mean to leave this country and to leave this country. I mean to leave my father's house, his houses, and Phelan. So away goes Willie Riley and his dear Cooling Bond. They go by hills and mountains and by some lonesome plains, through shady groves and valleys. No danger they're afraid. But her father followed after them with their well-armed band, and taken was young Riley and his dear Cooling Bond. Home then they were taken, she in her closet bound. Young Riley lay in Sligo jail upon the frozen ground, till at the bar of justice before the court to stand, by nothing but the stealing of his dear Cooling Bond. Jury man Squire Fowler said with pity look on me, that villain came amongst us to disgrace our family. By his great behaviour this villain he planned. I'll have the life of Riley, or I'll leave old Ireland. Then up spoke the noble judge. By the table he stood by. Now, juryman, he said, you beware of this extremity. To hang a man for love is a murder, don't you see? So spare the life of Riley, let him leave his country. Then up spoke that Squire Fowler again. Said, but good my lord, he said to the judge, but good my lord, he stole from her jewels and gold rings, gold watch and silver buckles, and many's the costly thing. which cost me in my guineas more than £50,000. I'll have the life of Riley, or I'll suppose it would cost £10,000. The judge said, come up, young lady. He said to Squire Father's daughter, she come up. Now take your oath. Did this young man steal from you those artists your father say? She said, I am on my oath. She said, good my lord, I gave them to him as a token of true love. When that we are parted, he will them a return. If you have got them, Riley, please send them home to me. I will, my lovely lady, and many's the thanks to thee. But there's a ring amongst them I want you for to wear, with 30 precious diamonds all set in silver fair. As a true love's token, wear it on your right hand, and think about my broken heart when you're in some foreign land. Then up spoke that noble judge, you can set that prisoner go now. The ladies out have cleared him, the jury well know. She have released her own true love, she have cleared his name. May the heavens grant her high estate, and her offspring rise to fame. He said, now young lady, you can marry Billy Willie Royal in the kinds of your father. Your father took a false oath, you didn't. Marry him any day you wish. So she married Willie Royal after in the finds of her father. Huh? Ever hear?
No.
That's another one for you, is it, Jerome?
I lots of times you never hear.
No.
Huh?
Martin Flynn had fished just about all his life. People in Conche told us he could still be seen out in boat at the age of 80. But now, at age 93, it was clearly time for another generation to take over.
Well, Jerome.
Martin's grandson Jerome, now 27, has been fishing on his own for the past 3 years. His partner in recent years is young Ron Simmons. The area Jerome and Ron were fishing when we visited was up on the shoals by White Horse Bank. Always a choice spot for conch fishermen, and although it hadn't been too generous for the trap fishery this year, it developed into prime gillnet grounds later in the summer. When Jerome's grandfather fished these areas, gillnets were unheard of. Those times, fish was plentiful, and cod traps and hand lines could guarantee a voyage. Martin Flynn even remembers using a cod seine, a simple method whereby fish would be sought out on shoal ground by a glass-bottomed looking box, which was placed over the side. A very basic method, but it gives an indication of just how plentiful fish often was in those days. We often hear people say those days will never be seen again, and probably they're right. But one thing for sure, this day the fish were plentiful. They obviously hadn't heard the news about the depleted northern cod stock and were there for the picking. Jerome's fishing gear supply is modest by today's standards. 17 gill nets, 6 lines of trawl, jiggers, and a couple of salmon nets are the sum total to be found in his store. No traps or longliners yet. He's waiting to see just how much the fishery will develop before he expands. But although modest, these gill nets bring a tidy return at the end of the season. Set off the land on the shoals and banks of this piece of coastline, they can still bring a good day's pay, just as they did in grandfather's time.
Fishing was pretty good there that day. You know, we hauled most of our nets. We had about 16 nets, but we hauled 4 there. We had, I think it was 900 pound in them.
How's the fishery been here for you this summer?
It's good. It's good, yeah, for the gill netters, yeah.
Is it usually like that? Excuse me, is it usually like that, Jerome? You usually have pretty good fishery?
No, not all the time, you know, like that. But this year the fish hasn't gone to the land that much, eh? You know.
The whole, well, I guess you call it musical heritage that Conche seems to have. What is it about this place?
So a lot of people here play the accordion. Mostly everybody here can sing. Yeah.
So I guess when there's a time here, everybody gets involved in it, do they?
Oh yes, yeah. It's quite a good time here. Yeah.
How about yourself? Now, what sort of role do you play there? What do you?
Well, I have my own band right now. Been playing now since I was 15. At the club up here, and I've been playing at the parish centre over here.
Now we never did manage to get up to one of those times, but I understand sometimes your grandfather comes up. Is that right? And what goes on then?
Grandfather comes when he can get there. Whenever he can get there, he's there. Oh, it's quite, it's quite nice to see some of the old people there, eh? To the dance. They can drink too.
What sort of things would grandfather do when he goes there then?
Oh, he usually gets out and dancing and has a few drinks. That's the most thing he does, Last the New Year's ball now, he got up and sang a few songs for us, and it was great.
What do the younger people of the community think of that sort of thing?
Think of the older people?
Yeah.
Well, they really appreciate it, I'd say.
Yeah.
Yeah, they really appreciate seeing those people there, It's remarkable to see somebody 92 years of age and 93, there to be able to get out and have a good time as they can.
Are many of the younger people learning some of these songs and recitations they know, or is it pretty well that generation that has them?
Well, no, there's quite a few around here. The younger people can do it. They know a lot of the old songs, that the old people used to sing, and the recitations and things like that. They do a good job of them too.
What do you think yourself, Jerome? How does it make you feel when you see somebody like your grandfather perform like he does?
Well, I really appreciate it. I think it's really good to see. That I'm able to say that he's my grandfather, and not me alone either. It's a lot of people that really appreciate him, and wonder at him. How he just does it.
Where would he have gotten many of these songs and stories?
I don't really know now where he got them at, but there's a couple of them he composed them himself. He composed the 5 Cent Shave and the Killing of the Box. You've heard him singing that one.
Right.
Yeah.
No, I'm going to sing them now.
All right.
As long as I started, just went. I'm going to sing The Killing of the Duck.
That's right. Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah? You never hear The Killing of the Bach.
No.
Bach.
Right.
No? They blame me for composing that too,
They?
See? I kind of told it about myself in the first of it, My wife's name was Mary Jo, see? Mary Jo Flynn. And I told her myself in the first of it. This was 3 years after our country went into Confederation. Mr. Small, Joey Small put him in the Confederation,
Right.
And somehow made up a song. That's what it was called, the Killing of the Bach. Yeah. Now, you blame me for it. No one else never had it but me. I'm going to sing it for you now.
All right.
Well, you can broadcast, I don't care. No, Mary Jo, did you hear the news we heard today? We're only allowed to kill a bird up to the misty 15th day of May. Now isn't it a cruel shame, the things that they have done? And so said Tom, and so said Bill, and so said everyone. I met your skipper Neddy, and he took me by the hand. He said, now how is everyone? How is dear old Newfoundland? I said, next summer, Neddy boy, we'll have to live on hawks, for they passed a bloody law against the killing of the buck. Now I am a law-abiding man, as you might understand. We'd have to fire beach trucks at the kingbird from our land. They're trying to starve an honest lad who have the name of Northern Pluck, and they also passed a law against the killing of the duck. Now the men that made the law can sit at home and drink port wine. What about us poor goes who haul the fishing line? We have to watch the boat fly round up on a foggy day, and watch them rob our trawler bait and watch them fly away. If we've chance to shoot one, or someone sure to talk, for they passed a law the other day against the killing of the box. So I am a law-abiding man, as you might understand. we'll have to fire beach trucks. It's the kingbird from the land. They're trying to starve an honest lad who have the northern pluck. And they also passed a law against the killing of the duck. Now, if we keep the law they pass, we never get a taste of barker, noddy, tinker, tar, or not a tickle lace. So you who made the law prepared, and send us all a meal. Grab good fresh beef, mutton, pork, or veal. Remember, my bully boys, a chicken now and then. For as yet they never passed a law for killing of the hen. So I am a law-abiding man, you might understand. We'll have to fire beach trucks at the kingbird from the land. They're trying to starve an honest lad who have the northern pluck, and they also passed a law against the killing of the duck. Jerome don't kill me much, though, brother. He don't kill, he kills the duck.
Well, you don't like you, Jerome.
That right, brother?
That's right.
Oh, will that come out to one, London?
Yeah.